Good morning, guys. I'm coming to you live once again from the front seat of my car. I'm on my way to work. I'm gonna vlog this trip and I'll check in with you once I get to the airport. Alright guys, so I'm at my gate now, heading to Denver, but we're delayed about 2 hours now. I guess there's a lot of weather going on in the Midwest area over there, so we are now supposed to depart at 9 a.m. rather than 7:40, but you know, what can you do? It's weather. And then we're also, it looks like we're on a little bit of an aircraft maintenance delay too. I don't know exactly what's wrong, but they should be able to fix it, and then hopefully we'll be on our way to Denver, and I'll check in with you guys when we get there. Alright guys, we're finally on the aircraft. Today I'm working a 757. I'm the lead, so I'll be up here in first class. We just have a breakfast service because it is still morning. We're just waiting for catering now. I just finished all my safety checks and everything. We should be boarding momentarily, so I'm going to go and wrap this up and finish getting set. Okay guys, so we're now in Denver. We just landed a little while ago. I stopped and got a snack. Got Chick-fil-A. I've got about 40 minutes until my flight, and we're headed to Minneapolis. Our flight from Newark wasn't as delayed as we thought it would be. They were able to do an aircraft swap, which means they brought us a new plane and we were able to go. So that was nice. We were still a little bit delayed getting in here though, but not as delayed as we would have been if we didn't have an aircraft to begin with. So we're here now, waiting for our plane to land from wherever it's coming from so that we can get off to Minneapolis. So once we get on, I will catch up with you guys then. If not, I'll see you in Minneapolis. Okay, so psych, we're delayed now. We were supposed to leave at 1:25. We're now leaving at 2:43. We're supposed to get there at 4:17. We're now getting there at 5:26. So that does cut into my layover a little bit, but like I said, I don't really have any plans. I might just go walk around the mall, work on the video. But yes, yet another delay. We're on flight number 2, delay number 2 of 2. But you know, that's what it is. It's all good. So we're just gonna go with it, and I will catch you guys whenever we finally get on a plane to Minneapolis. Okay, so whilst we wait, I had a quick question. Does anyone have a really strong opinion on Chick-fil-A French fries? I know there's like a thing about people either loving them or hating them. I personally don't have that much of an opinion on them. I think they're just fries and they go as part of my meal. But let me know what you guys think about Chick-fil-A's French fries, and if it really makes that much of a difference to you that they're like waffle fries or whatever the whole thing of it is about Chick-fil-A French fries. Hello, hello, I am back again. I am now on our plane to Minneapolis. We downsized just a little bit. It's still an Airbus, but it's an Airbus A319 rather than an A320, which means I lose a row in first class. So this is what I have now. It's not a good view, hold on. 2 rows on each side, and then that is the rest of the plane there. So the only problem is with that is that we had, there you go. Originally we had a larger aircraft, which meant more passengers because the plane was full. Now we're on a smaller aircraft, but we still have the same amount of passengers. So unfortunately, some people are going to be taken off. But I think there's another flight to Minneapolis still tonight, so they'll probably just be rolled over to that next flight. Right now I'm being catered. They're doing my front galley right now. It's a short flight though. It should only be like an hour and a half, so I just have snacks up front rather than a full meal service, and that's about it. We'll see how this goes. If anything changes as far as this delay, of course, I will let you guys know. If not, I'll see you in Minneapolis. Oh, also real quick, I don't know if you guys saw the last vlog, second to last vlog, where I had lost my in-flight shoes, but I did get new ones. These are my new in-flights. Just little black, like, loafers. Yeah, they're comfortable. I got them at DSW. I actually went out and got them the next day because I was picking up a trip, so I wanted to make sure that I had comfortable shoes. I don't remember what trip that was, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I had shoes. So I went and got those, and I know I forgot to fill you guys in because that was like 2 trips ago, or vlogs ago, not necessarily trips ago, but 2 vlogs ago. So yeah, there's that. I got new shoes. I have finally arrived at my hotel. It's been such a long day, or at least it felt like it because of the delays. I did only have 2 flights, but they were both delayed. So I actually just walked in. I haven't seen my room, so I'm gonna do the tour with y'all. But I mean, I already just walked in and I have this little like living room area. So that's super cute, right? Let's see what's around the corner. Oh, a microwave and a Keurig sink area and a fridge. Cool. I actually didn't bring any food on this trip because I just didn't have time to pack any, so I don't need the fridge. Okay, a little desk. We got some space in here. Bathroom. Okay, standard. Cool. That is where I'll put my bag. Full-size mirror. Yes. Oh, look at this. I don't know what to call this. Armoire. Another TV. Closet. Another small storage area, I guess. What's our view today, y'all? Oh, that's actually a cute little like a lake over there. Again, I'm in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'm actually not far from the Mall of America at all. But I'm not gonna go over there tonight because we were so delayed and I'm tired. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shower. Actually, I think I have enough energy in me to go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna go to bed. Because our pickup is early, y'all. It's early. It's at 5 a.m. Like 5 a.m. be on the van. So I gotta get up probably at like 4, maybe 4:15 if I give myself a little break. But that's it. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning, guys. I am on my plane for flight number 1 of 2 today on my second day of this 3-day trip. That's a lot going on right there. But anyway, this morning was a struggle. Let me tell y'all. So our van pickup was 5 a.m. I'd set an alarm for 4 and a 4:10. 4:10 is like, all right, girl, get it together. And then I set my wake up call, which I don't actually use as a wake up call. I use it as like a, you have however much time to hurry up and get it together and get downstairs. I woke up at that, my wake up call, which I set for like 4:40, I think. So that gave me about 20 minutes to actually get up, do something with myself. Pack my bag, because for some reason last night I just didn't prepare the way I like to, especially for early check-ins. So I had to do all of that this morning, make sure I have everything. When I'm scrambling like that, yeah, I was scrambling, legitimately scrambling to make sure that I had everything together. The way that my suitcase looks right now, I'm gonna have to reorganize it when I get to Chicago. That's where we're going right now, Chicago. I'm in Minneapolis going to Chicago. It's a super quick flight. So when we get there, we have about 2 hours worth of sit time between landing and then our next flight. So I'll use that time to kind of resettle myself, resituate my suitcase, because it's a hot mess right now. But yes, this morning was a struggle. I did make it to the van on time, but barely. So yeah, that's what's going on this morning. I will hopefully be more together by the time we get to Chicago. And I don't even know why it was such a struggle this morning. I wasn't up that late. I think it's just the fact that it's just early, and I'm not a super morning person, so like it's just a struggle for me. But we're here now. It's gonna be a good day. But after this flight, I will check in with you guys when I'm in Chicago. Alright guys, I'm on my next aircraft. I just landed in Chicago about an hour and a half ago. So it gave me a little bit of time to go take a nap downstairs in our crew room. I was so tired. I'm still a little bit tired. I can't seem to get it together this morning for some reason. But it's time for my next flight. This flight is about 3.5 hours, so we'll be there soon and I'll let you know where I'm headed. Okay guys, I'm at the airport. My layover today is in my lovely home city of Phoenix, Arizona. So that's really nice to be laying over at home. I have 17 hours, and what's better than getting paid to go home? So I decided now to go check in at the hotel with my flight crew, I don't know where that came from. With my crew, basically, because my sister is on her way to come get me. So hopefully she'll be ready to go eat because I am starving. Well, I want to get out of my uniform first, so I'll probably stop by the house to change, then go eat because I am starving. and we'll see what the plan is for the day. Sister! Hi, sister. Okay, guys, I just got in the car. I'm with my little sister. We're about to go home.
Yeah, we're gonna go home. We're gonna
We're gonna go home so I can get out of this uniform, and then we're gonna go eat. Hi! My baby girl.
I don't know what you talking about.
Oh, I missed you. I love you so much. Good morning, guys. This is day 3 of my 3-day trip. It is 4:48 in the morning. I have my check-in is at 5 a.m. but I am stopping for tacos. So this place called Filiberto's, which is right by my parents' house and also right by the freeway entrance to the airport, is 24 hours. So this is where I like to stop when I'm home and I have really early check-ins because tacos. So we're in the drive-thru. I got about, what was that, 20 minutes before I have to be at the airport. So I'm gonna grab these tacos and try to devour them before I get to the airport. That way it's just one less bag to carry, and I'll see you guys when I get on the plane. Okay, so I'm back again. I made it to the airport. I'm actually walking down the jet bridge to my aircraft right now. I ran into one of my crew members at the coffee bean. She's super sweet. She was like, get out of line, go check in, I'll grab you your tea. So she's gonna bring us to the plane. Isn't that just the sweetest, guys? So I'm gonna hop on now, do my safety checks, and it's supposed to be a full flight. It's probably gonna be pretty busy, so I'll probably check in with you guys when I get to Newark to wrap up this video. Okay, so while I was here on my layover at home, which I just love having layovers at home, it's so great to just be able to pop in for a little bit and be on the clock. So yes, while I was here, my sister came and got me from the airport, as y'all saw, and then we went and ate at this place called Hot and Juicy Crawfish. But I've actually never had crawfish, so I got crab legs, but it was really good. It's like one of those boil in a bag sort of places. I ended up not vlogging just because I was, I guess, just enjoying being here. I was more in the moment, in the present. But after that, we went home. I changed out of my uniform and played with my dog for a little bit. I just missed that little angel so much. And then I hit up one of my friends because I had a decent layover. So I hit up one of my friends. We went and got like shaved ice at this place called Bahama Bucks, which is always good. I haven't been to Bahama Bucks in years, like since high school. I think was the last time I went to Bahama Bucks because there was one right by our high school. And then I went home. You know, we hung out for a little bit, and then it was time to call it a night. So I went to bed, and now we're here. And we got tacos this morning, and now we're on the plane. Okay, it looks like we have all of our crew here now. So I'm gonna go up and see if there's a briefing for this flight, you know, to see if it's gonna be bumpy, what the flight time is, all that good stuff. And I will check back with you guys later. Hey guys, okay, so I'm back in Newark. I am done with this 3-day trip. I'm actually in the parking lot at the airport right now, but I just wanted to take a second to wrap up this video because I feel like a lot happened. So, day 1 was delays. There was only 2 flights, but they were both delayed. Day 2. So, we had yesterday going from, where was I? Minneapolis to Chicago. There was a family. There's a lot of families on that flight. It was full of kids, which is great. Like, I love those flights because it keeps me busy because there's kids everywhere. You can play with them. They, you know, ask them where they're going, what they're doing with their plans, and they're always so excited to tell you what's going on. But this one particular little girl, she had to be like maybe 10 or 11 years old, was boarding the flight talking to her mom and her sister about plane crashes, right? So by the time she gets to the like the door of the plane and she's walking on, she's like, we could all probably die today. But she's like, it was awkward because it seemed like really upbeat. Like, she literally said it just the way I said it. She's like, we could all probably die today. And it caught me off guard, and I looked at the guy I was working with, the load, and I looked back at her and I was like, and I promise we're all gonna be fine too. Like, it's gonna be a great flight. You know, I'll come back and check on you guys. There's nothing to be worried about. And she's like, okay. She's like, okay, but planes do crash. I'm like, I know, I get it, but we're gonna be okay today. So there was that, which totally threw me off because I wasn't expecting that at all, especially from a little kid. And then just like the tone of it was weird. Like, she was saying it so matter-of-factly that, like, yeah, planes crash and we could all die today. And I was just so like, ma'am, like, And my reaction, the whole situation was just kind of like laughable because my reaction definitely wasn't what I would have wanted to do, because I literally turned to her and I was like, yo, we're all gonna be okay, I promise. And then I said, you know what, I probably shouldn't have yo'd her, but it is what it is. That caught me off guard. And then there was also, this was kind of an awkward thing to handle, but it is part of the job. I had 2 passengers who were having a bit of a disagreement. One of the passengers was a passenger of size, meaning that they are a larger person, and the passenger next to them didn't want to sit by them. But it's a full flight. There's not really too much we can do unless, you know, one of them wants to take the next flight. But of course, who am I to say who's going to take the next flight or choose or anything like that? Both of them, you know, paid for their seats, and it is what it is. And that was just an unfortunate situation because the guy kind of made a big deal out of it, and I'm sure that the woman was embarrassed, which just made for an awkward situation. But luckily obviously it was before we left, because he wanted to, he was addressing it that he didn't want to sit in that seat. But that's something that mostly the customer service agents will handle, but the initial presentation of the issue obviously comes straight to the flight attendant. So that was an issue for a little bit. Both of them ended up staying on board and everything was fine, but it was just kind of like a little awkward and heartbreaking, honestly, that it was even brought up and that the passenger was embarrassed, and that the guy who brought it to our attention that he didn't want to sit in his seat or couldn't or whatever his reasoning was, didn't do it in the most discreet or graceful way. I just think that the whole situation could have been handled better. So there was that. Okay, so then for this morning's flight, I had a passenger in 7 Delta, seat 7D, who came on leaning. She walked on leaning sideways. So that's, you know, eye-catching in the first place. Those are the things that you gotta watch for, especially during the boardings of your flight. When we're greeting, it's also kind of like a scan of everything's good, everyone's okay, anything alarming, all that type of stuff. So I caught that, and I wanted to make sure that I knew where she was going, just in case anything was going on. So she gets to her seat. That's fine and everything. So I'm doing a walkthrough later, just closing some overhead bins because we're about to wrap up so that we can leave. And the passenger in 8D handed me a cell phone saying that she believed it was the woman in front of her, but she's asleep. Like, I guess I tried to tap her, she wouldn't wake up, whatever. So I took the phone, so I'm still thinking nothing of it. Like, okay, I got her phone, I'll give it to her. I try to wake her up. No response, nothing. Like, this woman is out cold. And I'm still not like, I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning. You know, people go back to sleep. So at this point, I'm still not super alarmed. And she's laying on the shoulder of the gentleman next to her, like, you know, like people who sleep like this. So she's laying on his shoulder, so I'm assuming that they're traveling together, right? No. I asked him, you know, sir, is this her phone? Is she okay? Because she wasn't waking up when I tapped her. I gave her, I mean, nothing hard, but a quick little, like, hey. And he says he doesn't know her. Y'all, what? This woman is knocked out on this man's shoulder, passed out on this man's shoulder, and he just let her, which is so sweet of him, but he just let her. So now I'm like, okay, you don't know her, she's not waking up, this needs to be brought to somebody's attention. Luckily, the gate agent is also on board because he's doing a bag check to see if they can fit any more rollerboards on, because we are still in the process of boarding. We're almost done, but we're still in the process of boarding. So I asked him, you know, we go up to the front. Obviously, we're not going to talk about this in the aisle. We want to be discreet. We go up to the front and I asked him, you know, was she okay out in the boarding area? Did you notice anything odd? And he was like, no, she seemed fine. She was walking a little slowly, but she seemed okay. So, okay, well, now she's in this state, and this is not okay, because this is a 4-hour flight, and we need our passengers to be responsive. So, he tries then to wake her up, and she does come to, but she's very, very loopy, very slow in her reactions and responses and things like that. We can't have that, y'all. If something happens, we need our passengers to be alert and conscious and in control. So, you know, we spoke with the captain, the rest of the crew. Anybody working the flight does need to know about these sorts of things, just because you don't know what could happen, and if everybody doesn't know, you don't want any surprises. So, ultimately the decision was that she was not going to come on this flight. So she was removed, and there was no problem with that though, and she seemed okay with it. She was, once we did get her speaking and stuff, she was like, yeah, I'd rather not fly right now, I really don't feel well. Clearly something was taken, whether it was, you know, some whatever medication she's on or some sleeping pills or something, but she agreed that she wasn't fit to fly. So there was that. And then so she got off, and the Rainbow in that situation is a standby passenger got on, which is good. We want to get on as many passengers as possible. And then let's see what else. On top of that, we had a catering issue this morning. So every trip has just been something. So we're going from Phoenix to Newark, and there's a full breakfast service in first class from Phoenix to Newark because it's a 4-hour flight. So my galley person, the galley flight attendant, is Cindy. Cindy, who brought me the coffee. Shout out Cindy. I love Cindy. She was great to work with. 10 out of 10 would work with Cindy again. But anyway, so Cindy's checking her galley, and she opens the ovens and sees that we have scones. Only scones. So scones and muffins are sometimes what my airline will serve on short flights. Like that catering was actually for the flight next door, which was Phoenix to San Francisco. So that's an example of what kind of distance would be catered for that kind of flight. Does that make sense? How long of a flight would be catered like that? Anyway, so basically the problem was we had scones instead of a full breakfast service for a 4-hour flight for first class. So we did catering to come back and give us all the food that we're supposed to have. Also, in the back of the plane, there should be fresh food, and there was only the snacks that would be served on a short flight like Phoenix to San Francisco. So we had to be completely recatered on top of the passenger issue that we had. So we were delayed a little bit this morning, but once we got in the air, it was a great flight. Everything went smooth. I had a really great crew. I had a really great crew this whole trip, and then that really does make your trip sometimes. When you have a great crew, it doesn't matter what happens. Like the whole trip, there was delays, passenger issues, just whatever. But if you have a great crew, it really can just make none of that matter. So that's it. I'm done with this 3-day trip. I start another trip, I think tomorrow. So I'm gonna go home, do laundry, pack, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.